In our series on the new normal, we'll look at how this pandemic is dramatically changing all of our everyday lives. Those changes, as you know, will affect the way we work, the way we learn, socialize, and travel, of course. Airlines are looking at the future of flying as they struggle to make money. United plans to cut 30% of its management staff, and Southwest, which has never furloughed employees or declared bankruptcy, says 80% of its seats are empty these days. Only on CBS This Morning, Kris Van Cleave spoke to Southwest CEO about the changes they are making.
Is it even safe to fly?
Yes.
Southwest Airlines CEO Gary Kelly is fighting to save the jobs of more than 60,000 employees. To do it, he'll need Americans to believe it is safe to fly during the coronavirus pandemic.
We're urging the TSA to begin temperature scans as part of the screening process at the checkpoints.
By Monday, virtually all U.S. airlines will require passengers and crew to wear masks.
How do you enforce mask wearing on a plane?
If we can tell people in advance that they should expect that we're requiring them to wear a mask, then I think the vast majority of people understand why and will absolutely comply. We don't want to be the police.
Airlines are adding plexiglass at check-in and ticket counters. You'll see them at TSA checkpoints as well. Carriers are continuing to enhance cleaning on both planes and at airports. Southwest is using electrostatic foggers to disinfect planes. They can kill bacteria and virus on surfaces for up to 30 days. And Kelly says their aircraft utilize hospital-grade air filters.
The airplane can be hospital-grade cleaned until you put people on it who may or may not be healthy, and that's where the risk comes in, right?
It is, and that's why I think leading up to that, wash your hands, don't come to the airport if you're sick, let's do temperature screening. Ultimately, obviously, the solution is to have testing, therapeutics, a vaccine.
Is social distancing even possible on an airplane?
Well, I think that's why the multi-layered approach is important. We'll have wipes on the airplane that each customer can take. Requiring masks on the airplane are important because you won't necessarily all be 6 feet apart.
Would removing the middle seat make a difference?
We're not going to block the seat, we're not going to take the seats out, but we won't book the number of passengers that would demand that we use the middle seats.
Can you make money flying at a max 2/3 full?
Our break-even load factor was somewhere in the 60 to 70% range. Can we do that indefinitely? No.
Southwest has grounded about 400 planes and cut capacity by up to 70% as passenger traffic plummeted. But Kelly sees this as temporary.
I do think that things will get back to normal, but not until we defeat this pandemic.
And it could be a long way to normal. Kelly thinks it'll take up to 5 years for business travelers to get back to their 2019 level. I asked him if he would be surprised if a U.S. airline went out of business during the downturn. He said some failures may be inevitable, and his focus was on saving Southwest, something he thinks he can do without further government assistance. But Anthony, there's so many open questions here about how long this lasts. Anthony?
Yeah, so many indeed, Kris, and most importantly, what's it going to take to convince passengers to get back on planes? Thank you very much, Kris.